Welcome, race fans, to New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the International Asphalt Association's Xfinity Series. We've got 85 laps to run tonight. The cars have just finished qualifying, and we're about to get gridded. "85 laps, New Hampshire Motor Speedway, Xfinity Series, IAA. New Hampshire being the home of 1-5 Studios. And looks like the 42 Gardner might be trying to make a move on Hardy. And he's to his door, but oh, Crump a little loose off the corner, but possibly going to try and push it 3 wide. Not so early. Hardy still holding strong on the outside with Gardner on the low side. Hardy has a wiggle. That's going to let Gardner get by. Now Crump's going to try and make his way by Hardy. Down into turn 1. Crump with the advantage over Hardy. Gasses it up a bit. And he's got Hardy cleared. Now the top 5 have settled down a bit. Got Richard Swavely, Jeremy Gardner, Wesley Crump, Kyle Hardy, and Randy Brasher's in the top 5. Now they've single filed out and settled down a bit. Bit of a cluster back here. Cody Lunger, Hunter Youngblood, Alan Duggar, and Hunter Youngblood with those matching monster cars. Youngblood trying to make a move on Lunger, and he's got the advantage coming off of 4. Across the start-finish line. Sends it deep into turn 1, ends up washing up. Lunger's going to cross him over. Lunger trying to cross him over out of the corner, but he can't quite do it. Now Duggar's going to try and put a move on Lunger on the outside. Looks like Duggar may be able to get that pass and clear Lunger, and he does. Christopher Spencer in that 11 car, 1 win this year. It's like Colin Bester in that 54, trying to put a move on the 30 car with Larry Murphy. Not a lot of position movement up here. However, it looks like Crump maybe making his way up to Gardner and going to put a move on soon. Crump preferring the high line through that corner. Down in the turn 1, they're both catching up to Swavely. Despite battling, they are making ground on him. Top 3 getting tighter. And the 14 car was loose off the corner there. We can see that at the top of the screen. Gathers it up. No harm, no foul. A bit of contact with Lunger and Abatello. Oh, and Crump slams the wall coming off of 4. He's going to gather it up, but that's going to cost him some time. Holds on to 3rd position for the time being. Looks like Hardy's not going to be able to get him, but he's got a lot of damage on that right side. See if we can take a look when he comes by. Crump with, yeah, some very heavy damage on that right side. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see if that's going to slow him down. It's like Swavely's going to be under attack shortly by Jeremy Gardner. Randy Brash is currently running in 5th place. Colin Bester trying to put a move on him. He's going to look to the inside as they head down into 3 off of 4. Brasher's with the advantage. Bester's not going to be able to get him out of that corner. Down into Walton. Looks like Bester sent it. However, Brasher's way up the track. Back up at the front. Swavely is feeling the pressure from Gardner. That gap gets smaller every lap. Gardner still trying to make a move on Swavely. Just got to get the bumper to him. Looks like damage hasn't hurt Crump too much. He does seem to be closing the gap. Slowly but surely. Looks like a bit of movement back here. And looks like Youngblood trying to put a move on the 14 car. Blaine Driggers, Hunter Youngblood on the low side. They head down into turn 1. Youngblood sends it in deep. Driggers has to get out of it. And that's going to let Youngblood have it. Youngblood completing that pass on Driggers. It looks like Duggar maybe going to make a move on Freeman right behind them. And Duggar's going to send it down into turn 1 while Freeman's keeping it up high. Duggar right in that yellow line. He's got the advantage off the corner. Freeman having some trouble keeping that car going straight. Duggar's going to complete that pass on Freeman. Jeremy Gardner's making the move on Swavely. I think a few laps ago we missed the action watching in the back. Gardner trying to make his move on Swavely right here. And Swavely slaps the wall. That's what that's going to be. It's going to give Gardner the advantage to send it down into the corner on the high side. Swavely can hold him off just a bit, but not enough to keep him back. And Gardner's got him cleared right there. Jeremy Gardner putting a bit of a gap on Swavely, but Swavely maybe not so eager to let him go. Crump still hanging tight in 3rd. Hardy in 4th. And we got Brashers in 5th. Off of turn 4. Gardner holding strong still. Swavely desperately trying to get that lead back from him. Brings him out of turn 4. Crump closing the gap on Swavely. Down the back stretch. See, all that damage on the right side of Crump doesn't seem to be hurting him too much. However, Hardy's catching up now. This front pack maybe wore out their stuff because the back runners are coming back now. Hardy and Brashers in the picture. Maybe Hardy and Brashers just stepped it up a notch. Hardy's inching closer to Crump. Hardy, your current points leader. 2 wins already this season. Hardy looking for a line to get around Crump. And Hardy gets by. Sends it down to the corner, gets by, but he's got him cleared. Crump has to check up. It's going to put Hardy up in 4th place. And we've got a yellow on the track. Trying to find the accident. Cause of the caution. See, this is when Hardy's making the pass on Crump. Caution comes out shortly after this. Right there on the front stretch. That was Bester. I didn't want to say it before I knew, but thought it might be. Comes off a turn 4. Hits the wall. Can't save it, and bit of an iRacing glitch. Sticks him right to the wall. So that's gonna tear the nose off of his car and cause him to have to tow. See everybody on pit road right now. Swavely in that number 1 pit stall. Is he going to be able to gain anything off pit road? No, he does not. Everybody getting off of pit road clean. It's like Gardner keeping the lead. It's like, unfortunately, Colin Bester is going to have to wait in tow. Looks like he's got his fast repair. And he's going to be off. It's going to put him 2 laps down, though. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to stack them back up double file. Pace car is going to bring him down in the turn 3 one more time. Pace car has left the racing surface. Gardner going to bring him to the Geico restart zone. They stack up a bit. Green flag is out. Everybody gets through that restart pretty well. Crump takes a slide back a bit. Hardy slides up in front of Swavely. As they head down the back stretch, it's Gardner, Hardy, Swavely. Looks like we haven't quite figured out positions here. We got Duggar and Crump. Oh, and 11 gets the wall. That's Christopher Spencer, and they're going to stack up. Looks like almost everyone got through that one clean. That is going to bring out caution number 3. Spencer gets the outside wall, and a handful of cars get collected. Well, looks like actually everyone got through that pretty much clean. Is on board with Lunger. Just barely got a piece of it. But looking ahead of him, looks like everybody is clean. Except for Christopher Spencer. He's going to bring out caution number 2 tonight at New Hampshire. And it looks like the lights are off on the pace car. Can run you down the field real quick. First place is Jeremy Gardner, second Kyle Hardy, third Alan Duggar, fourth Randy Brashers, fifth Larry Murphy, Hunter Youngblood, David Scott, Dominic Abatello, Blaine Driggers, Sean Freeman gonna round out the top 10, Darren Dennis, Cody Lunger, Kevin Roy, Doug Webb, Wesley Crumpton, top 15, and finishing out the field is Zach Holloway, Richard Swavely, Christopher Spencer, and Colin Bester. As the pace car is just about to leave this racing surface. Pace car is off. Green flag is off. Gardner with a great restart. Hardy on the outside. Duggar jetting forward. Down the back stretch, Hardy's got second place now. Brasher's currently in third. Duggar's fallen back to fourth, but he's not giving up quite yet. file out, and Gardner's got a pretty good lead going right now. He's got a decent gap between him and the 99 of Hardy. Now the 30 car, Harry Murphy looking down below Alan Duggar. Blaine Driggers underneath the 6 car. It's David Scott. Down into turn 1. Driggers is going to sail past Scott. Scott's going to try and catch back up, but he's not quite there. Maybe going to try and cross over. Not enough speed. They're going to file back out, and that's going to let Driggers get the spot. Way back here, Crump has taken his fast repair on that last caution. So now he's having to work his way back up through the field, currently in 14th. Christopher Spencer needing to make his way through again. Swavely in the back as well. He's got 3 top contenders right there. All headed to the back. Hardy's got his sights on Gardner. On board with Kyle Hardy as he's chasing down the leader. Down in turn 3, Hardy takes the higher line. Car very loose through 4 and up off the corner. He's pretty loose down into 1 too. Hardy fighting that car while trying to catch up to Gardner. See behind them we got Randy Brashers holding down 3rd position right now. Looks like Duggar is slowly watching Brashers get away from him. Closes in a bit on the corners, but on the straights he loses the distance. Crump on the outside of Darren Dennis. Changing his number this week. Previously running the 8, now 81. David Scott with a lot of damage on the front of that car. Freeman with some right front damage. Crump tries to make his way by Freeman on the inside. And he's got him cleared as they go across the start-finish line with 42 laps and out of 85 into this race, as we see Spencer shooting down into the corner. Spencer's putting the move on Freeman as they head down into turn 3. Spencer's still side by side with Freeman. Down the front straight and into turn 1. Freeman sends it in deep on the outside, but he's going to wash up and gets the wall. He's going to let Spencer go right by. Freeman sending it in too hard into turn 1 and getting the wall. Gets the wall again on the backstretch. Swavely now making his way by Darren Dennis in the 81. Going to be looking to get Freeman in that 87. And we've got another caution. Is that Doug Webb? It is. See what happened. Like 33 just cleared him out. That's Zach Holloway. See what happened. Not totally sure, to be honest with you. And down to turn one. Just kind of drives through him. So that's going to bring us out on caution number 3. Zach Holloway contact with Doug Webb. Everybody going to be pitting again. We can see Hardy right there. Swavely maybe grab just 2 tires and get some track position. And that's exactly what he does. So it's a strategy call for Swavely, trying to get that track position back, just taking 2 tires as opposed to everyone's 4. So we'll see next time they come back around, we'll see the sorted out running order. So Gardner opting not to pit, everyone else pitting, so he's going to have 4 old tires up front, with Hardy having 4 freshies, Brasher's having 4, Swavely with 2, Crump I'm not sure, but he's up front with them, so I'm going to say he probably took 2 tires as well. Got just 39 laps to go in this race. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to get them stacked back up. Go around again. Pace car is off. Gardner brings him into the Geico restart zone. Green flag. Gardner is off. Hardy and Brashers both with a pretty good restart. Side by side, they go into turn 1. Brashers with the advantage. Now Hardy on the high side. Oh, Hardy brushes the wall, but Brasher's a little loose off the corner. However, Hardy's got the advantage going down into 3. Still not clear of Brasher, so Brasher's going to just send it in there. Down the front stretch, they're still side by side as they're heading down into one now. Brasher sends it in deep and clears Hardy. Now we see Swavely trying to put a move on Hardy. So Brasher's going to be up into second place now. Is he going to be able to do anything with Gardner with 36 laps to go? See Crump trying to put a move on Swavely. Now the front three tightening back up. Oh, we got a car down on the apron. It's the 14. Airborne as he comes back on the track. Off turn 4, looks like he just gets loose on his own. And caution is out again. Again, just trying to see who that was. Is that Doug Webb? Nope, he was right next to it. It's Kevin Roy. Down turn 1. Oh, Doug Webb just clips Kevin Roy's rear quarter, and that's going to send him around. Rip the back end right off of that car. Unfortunate for Kevin Roy. Looks like he has not been able to pit yet. Looks like nobody electing to pit so far. A couple of cars. Looks like actually just the 77 and the 7. It's just those two cars wrapped up in that one. It's Doug Webb, Kevin Roy. Gardner's still out front, leading on his old tires. Pace car's off. And Gardner is off. Hardy with a great restart. Brasher's not a good restart for him. Wonder if he possibly missed a gear. So, looks like Larry Murphy's going to be up in third place now after that restart. We're going to head down into turn 3. Gardner, Hardy, Murphy, Brasher, Spencer. It's like Duggar trying to put a move on Crump. We got a 3 wide as we're going through turn 1 and 2. Hardy's looking on the outside of Gardner. It's not quite there. Looks like he's got a pretty good run off the corner. Kind of looks like he's backing off a bit now. Down the backstretch once again. Brasher's now pulling out the line, trying to put a move on Murphy. Up off of turn 4. Brasher's just to his quarter, just enough so that he can't slam the door on him. You can see Hardy in front, still trying to get the move past Gardner for that lead. And Lunger goes down on the apron. Oh, and he's stuck in the wall. Off the racing surface. Unfortunate for him, that's not going to bring out a caution. He goes across the nose of the 14 car. And another car stuck in the wall. Got Gardner, Hardy, Brasher, Spencer, and Murphy. Top 5. Got Hardy. Looks like he's starting to lose Gardner. Possibly saving, where Hardy should have 4 newer tires to Gardner's 4 older tires. Down into 3 and 4. Swavely possibly going to challenge. Oh, we got Bester into the wall. Crump catching up to Swavely. And one of those monster cars in the wall. Not sure if that's Duggar or Youngblood. Swavely's trying to get up to Murphy. Battle for the lead. Going across the line. Hardy's got the advantage. Gardner's going to send it down in. Hardy on the high side. Remember, Hardy's got newer tires. He's able to hold that higher line. He's got the advantage. And he's got him cleared. Hardy has cleared Gardner for the lead. We've got a new leader as we're coming up to 23 laps to go. Crump seems to be kind of stuck back here, running in 7th place right now. Swavely and Crump just can't seem to get out of the mess. Hard to pass here. See, is Brasher's going to be able to catch up to Gardner? Off of turn 2. Swavely inching closer to Murphy. Not going to be able to send it in this time. Gardner trying to get his spot back from Hardy. At the line with just 20 laps to go. Brasher sending it in deep. Off a turn 4, Gardner's looking low, but he's not quite to Hardy. Brasher's inching closer to Gardner now. Gardner seems to be losing Hardy. Is Crump trying to make a move on Bester? Seventeen laps to go. They head down into turn 1. Hardy running pretty well in that high line. Slavely now needing to get by Christopher Spencer in that 11 car. Top 3 is still pretty tight. Three wide. Bester's going to slide in behind Larry Murphy, but Crump with a lot of left side damage and right side damage. That car is just beat. Not trying to get by Larry Murphy. Bester kind of pinched in there. Coming up off of turn 2, they filed out Crump, Murphy, and Bester. Now Bester trying to get by Larry Murphy in that 30 car. Across the start-finish line with 14 laps to go. Hardy, Brasher's Gardner. Gardner's tires falling off. It's like opting not to pit may have hurt him. Hardy and Brasher's both having 4 tires. 4 new tires. Closing in on 10 laps to go. Brasher is now inching closer to Hardy as he's going to look down on the low side. Coming off of 2. Not quite there. He's going to send it down into 3 by the looks of. He does. Brasher's has Hardy cleared. Hardy going to be able to get the spot back, crossing over. He's not. He's right on him. Contact. Hardy's going to send it down into turn 1. Brasher's way up the track. Up off of turn 2 again, side by side. Close quarters coming down the backstretch. They split apart going to the corner. Now they meet again off of 4. Almost contact over and over. Hardy now falling back in line, but he's not done yet. He's getting right up on Brasher's. Hardy's all over Brash's back bumper, down into 3. Gardner kind of sitting, waiting quietly. Hardy's all over coming off of turn 4. Hardy sends it down in deep. Ooh, that looked like they were almost about to make contact. Hardy backed out of it to avoid it. Hardy sends it way down into 3. Washes up on 4. Brash is back to his side. We got 10 laps to go now, coming to 9. And Gardner on the outside of Brasher's now. Oh, Hardy into the wall. Hardy up the track into the wall. He's got right side damage now. They're nearly 3 wide for the lead coming off of turn 2. Hardy gets the wall again. Brasher's is in the lead. Now Gardner on the inside. Gardner's got the advantage over Hardy. Hardy getting the advantage as they go down the straight. Down to turn 1, just 8 laps to go. Up off of turn 2, Brash is still holding down. Turn 3, looks like Gardner sends it a bit too high into that corner. Brash is able to hold low line really well. Hardy into the wall again. And possibly another brush as they head down into 1. Gardner just way up the track, not able to hold the low line as they enter. Down the back stretch, is Hardy going to be able to do anything with Brashers? Hardy running the high line. Hardy brushing the wall again. He's going to send it deep into 1. Gets to Brasher's rear bumper, but he's not able to go past. Up off of 2. Hardy going to do something in this corner? Not quite yet. Right to him, though. Hardy fighting hard to get that lead back from Brashers as we've got just 5 laps to go. Quite a battle for the lead in these winding down laps. Hardy sends it way up the track. He's going to try and bit of a diamond out of that corner. Does close the gap a bit. Looks like they head by the lap car of Abatello. Brash is still in the lead off of turn 4. Hardy fighting for his life to get that spot back. He wants that lead with just 3 to go. Got a lap car Doug Webb up ahead of them. Could that possibly play a factor in this win? It's battle for the win. Brash is still able to hold off Hardy. I think they're going to catch that lap car at just the wrong time, but he pulls over and gets on the brakes a bit. Great job by Doug Webb. Oh, and contact. Hardy gets into the back of Brasher's. Brasher's no fault. He keeps it going just fine. Down in turn 3, only 2 to go. Hardy's going to do something. He's going to have to make it happen this time by, because there's the white flag right there. Next flag is going to end this race. Hardy sends it down in, but he's not quite there. Up off of turn 2. He's got one more corner to make it happen. He looks on the low side. Is he going to be able to do it? He's to his quarter. Oh! Just barely contact. Hardy jumps out of it to not wreck Brasher's. What a great finish that was. Randy Brasher's your winner. Kyle Hardy in second, and Jeremy Gardner bring it home in third. Great call by Kyle Hardy to just back out of it and not have a big wreck. Now we'll take you through the field. Final rundown. It's going to be Randy Brasher's is your winner. Kyle Hardy brings it home in second. Jeremy Gardner third. Richard Swavely fourth. Christopher Spencer fifth. Wesley Crump ends up in sixth place. Colin Bester seventh. Hunter Youngblood in eighth. Larry Murphy ninth. Alan Duggar runs out the top 10th. In 11th we got Darren Dennis and Sean Freeman in 12th. 13th going to be Kevin Roy. 13th goes to David Scott. 14th, David Scott. 15th goes to Zach Holloway. 16th, Blaine Driggers. 17th, Doug Webb. 18th goes to Dominic Abatello. And Cody Lunger and Blake Mosley round out the top 20 tonight. Randy Brasher's going to burn it down here. We're going to get with our top 3, and we'll be right back as soon as we're joined by them, so don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back. We are joined by our top 3 finishers. Now we've got Jeremy Gardner. Jeremy bringing it home in 3rd place tonight. Very dominant at the beginning of this race. What more could you have needed to keep it going?
For one, not burn the right rear off, and 2, quit watching the mirror.
Mirror driving gave it up for you tonight. Once you got back into 3rd, what more do you think you could have needed? Just a little, maybe take that pit stop.
I was kind of hoping they were going to get into each other because they were nose to tail. Hell, we all were. And I was kind of hoping they would get into it together and just I'd drive right by them. But no, I burnt the right rear off of it and tried to save it, but wasn't nothing I can do.
We did see you being patient back there, figuring you were hoping something might happen. Regardless, bring it home in 3rd place tonight. Who would you like to thank, Jeremy?
Good question. Aunt Debbie for her delicious cakes.
All right, thanks to Aunt Debbie for the delicious cakes. All right, congratulations, Jeremy.
Appreciate it.
And now we've got our 2nd place finisher, Kyle Hardy. Kyle, at the end there, we saw you giving it all you've got. What more could you have needed to make it happen?
I don't know. I made a pretty big mistake. I once I got the lead back, I drove it straight into the wall, and then it made me too tight. So, but it was a lot of fun. Jeremy and Randy ran a good, clean race. It's pretty fun.
Well, bringing it home a second, we do want to give you kudos. We saw you jump out of it a couple times to avoid big wrecks happening. So props on that, having the sense to back out of it. A lot of iRacers don't seem to have that. But
Yeah, I definitely lifted a lot, and they did too. So you always got to pay attention and race with respect. So I know it was a good, clean race. Probably looked pretty exciting from my vantage point.
yeah, I haven't had a breath to take a breath in a while now. So congratulations on that second place. Who'd you like to thank?
Just thank the series let me run, and that's about it. Just thank you for the broadcast. I've been doing a good job. So we'll see you next time.
All right, thanks, Kyle. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And your winner, Randy Brashers. Randy, you've been hanging out in probably top five for the majority of the race, headed back up front, and then once you got that lead, nobody could touch you. How did you do it?
It was just all about saving tires. I mean, we had a fantastic race going on up there. That's some of the cleanest racing I think I've ever been part of, which is hats off to Kyle and Jeremy. I know Richard and Crump were up there early in the race as well, and they were also really fast. But yeah, overall, it was just a great race.
Well, bringing it home in first place tonight, so big congratulations on that one with the speed that you showed and defending Kyle Hardy at the end of that one. So who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank Flying Change Farm, um, Turner Alignment, obviously Dirty Boys, All Out Graphics, all the league sponsors. They're all really helpful as far as allowing us to put the show on and put up purses and awards. Also, obviously you for doing a great job with the broadcast, and Dirty Boy Racing, all the team. We do a great job feeding off of each other and getting some input.
All right, getting your win of this year, another win this year. So congratulations on that one, and we look forward to speaking to you hopefully next week. So congratulations
Yep.
on that, Randy.
Hopefully so. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right, that's going to do it for us here at 1-5 Studios tonight. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the IAA Xfinity series every Monday night at 8:45 Eastern right here on the 1-5 Studios YouTube channel. We'd like to thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you in the next race.